I'd say that I fall into the category of gentlemen prefer blondes. My name is Ray Anthony. My musical life started when I was 5 years old. My father taught me the trumpet, formed a family orchestra. At the bright age of 18, I was with the #1 band in the country, Glenn Miller. Had a pretty delightful career. At a very young age, being with the #1 band, having a #1 band of my own a little later. I guess one of the highlights of my career was the year that I met the Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn, of course, was the blonde of the time. Everybody smothered her with love, including me. At a young age, I met many lovely girls. But Marilyn was available at the time, and my desire was to have a relationship with her. She was making the movie Niagara at the time. We thought we'd throw this big party for her. She was on top of the world. We set up a nice party. I had my big band there. We had about 500 publicity people. Marilyn's very excited about it because she knew we had written this song for her.
An angel in lace, a fabulous face. That's no exaggeration, that's my Marilyn.
Those of you who really pay attention might recognize the fact that she wore the same dress that she wore in the movie Niagara. We invited a lot of other actors, Mickey Rooney especially. Mickey Rooney is a delight. He's not that great a musician, but you would never tell by him sitting at the drums or holding the trumpet. He always tries to steal the show, but it was pretty difficult to get the attention away from Marilyn. I think we caught Marilyn at the right time. Niagara was her first starring role, just getting to be really a big star. And you could tell by the pictures she took with me. I've never seen her so radiant. I loved taking pictures with her. I would have loved to have had a relationship with her, but it wasn't to be. As a matter of fact, I might have been married at the time, I'm not sure. That would have made too much difference. I've dated a few blondes during my career. Mamie Van Dorn, who I married. Joy Lansing. I was in a movie with Jane Mansfield. And even though I'm in my 90s, when a new blonde walks by, I still have a twinkle in my eye? I spend a lot of time these days with Mr. Hugh Hefner. My friendship with Hugh Hefner goes back when my band was passing through Chicago, and he had the Playboy Mansion in Chicago at that time. He's as close a friend to me as anybody I know. He's just a marvelous, marvelous person. He happens to be a Marilyn Monroe fan. Well, he started his magazine with her on the cover. We have dinner and a movie 4 nights a week at the Playboy Mansion.
You don't believe that, do you?
Well, I believe anything you say.
I still think young and still like to laugh. I still blow the horn, still play parties, still playing tennis. All my friends are very meaningful to me.
He laughs a lot, even when it's not funny.
Act the way you feel rather than the age you might be. We always love it when Berry Gordy is there. As much as he's done and as much of a career that he's had, he started Motown. He enjoys his day with us on the tennis court.
Vicious little kid.
I used to hate his music. You know, in our neighborhood, you know, the inner city and stuff, you know. And when we hear this white bread music, the most white bread ever.
And now, the Ray Anthony Show!
Sometime back, the boys and I dreamed of a dance for the young people. It's called the Bunny Hop.
They were bouncing around, all out of step and everything. And that is what inspired me to get into the business, to be as different from way I
Hey, Phil, do you have enough tape? Because he'll go on and on. Who's serving?
You're served. You gotta serve into the sun.
I love being in the sun, in the limelight.
Little ray of sunshine.
Just recently, I was inducted into the Trumpet Hall of Fame.
Congratulations, Randy. Good to see you.
I thought you were an actor. Last time I played was, well, actually a couple of days ago for Mr. Hugh Hefner's 89th birthday. The movie they played that night was Casablanca, so I played As Time Goes By. I am a romantic. When you take As Time Goes By, Stardust, you have to admit there's some magic there. They call them standards because they just live on forever. It's such a great melody. You keep playing that melody. It's like Marilyn Monroe. It goes on and on and on and on and never stops. She's like a standard that we measure everything else by. Every other blonde, every other gal that comes up as an actress or a singer, we measure to Marilyn Monroe. It was 10 years later, almost to the day that she passed on. I didn't have any idea that she would become as world famous as she is to this date. Everybody seems to know Marilyn Monroe. She had such a great smile. Most people like to think that that smile was for them. She was a real person, down to earth. I think laughing is a very important part of the health of your life. Don't take anything too seriously. Don't let yourself get depressed if you can help it. Stay active as long as you can. If I'm out there playing tennis, I'm pretty active. I'm still blowing the horn, the trumpet. So I'm doing pretty good, thank you.
How do you describe feeling like a man who's glad to be alive? It's like an angel just fell from the sky. This is the story of Marilyn and I. Marilyn and I.
They call them standards. Because they just live on forever.
Kind of like yourself.
Well, give me a couple more years.